Okay, good morning everyone. Last class we were discussing about product life cycle. So we were discussing about introduction stage. So coming to characteristics of introduction stage, you might be knowing that during introduction stage you will be seeing low and slow sales and high product price. So introduction stage, in order to create awareness about the product, so you will be seeing heavy promotional expenses. So these promotional expenses can be anything relating to sales promotion or uh, other methods used to create awareness about the product. Next is introduction stage. Consumers will lack knowledge about the product. So low profits are seen during introduction stage. So you will not be seeing many product lines. So product lines are narrowed in introduction stage. So coming to growth stage. So here growth stage is second stage in product life cycle. So once the product is accepted in the market by consumers, so you will be seeing once you have acceptability for your product, sales will rise at this point of time. And so here, since you have spent a lot of amount on in introduction stage towards sales promotional methods, so here product will try to achieve considerable and widespread approval in the market. So approval in the market is nothing but wide acceptability for your product in the market. So here, when sales grows, so you will be seeing sales and profit will increase at the expected rate. So here, once the product is getting accepted in the market, so it is the responsibility of the company to see that the product is made available for the customers to buy at the convenient location where they are willing to buy the product. So here in this case, effective distribution, advertising and sales promotion are considered as key factors. So when acceptability for your product has increased, so here effective distribution will be playing an important role. Second, advertising and sales promotion. So once there is an acceptance, again, whoever has uh, accepted your product, they'll be searching for the product to buy. And since acceptance levels are increasing, you should see that you increase the budget relating to advertising and sales promotion at this point of time. Why? Because again, when there is acceptability, you should try to maximize your sale. So when acceptability level decreases, even if you spend money on promotion, again, you may not be having customers who will be readily willing to buy your product. So coming to characteristics of growth stage, so you will be seeing rapid increase in sales. So a high amount of sales are seen in growth stage. And since acceptance are at high level, you will be getting a lot of feedback from customers about quality of the product, design of the product, packaging of the product. So based on feedback, you may have to do some product improvements. So in the same growth stage, you will also be seeing increase in competition. So particularly developing markets where population is very huge, you can see whenever a new product is launched and if it is accepted by public at large, you can see multiple players trying to get into that space. So other characteristics of growth stage include increase in profits and reduction in price. And at this stage, strengthening the distribution channel is very important. So if you have distributors in some places and if there is a gap in distribution, again you may have to appoint new distributors. So if you can't appoint new distributors with high level of investment, so at least you will be trying to appoint sub distributors under the direct distributors are under the company. Sometimes you might have seen, say, automobile dealer network like Varun Motors. So they may have direct dealers in Vishakhapatnam, maybe Vijayanagaram, like that district headquarters. If you see other places, you will be seeing sub dealers under Varun Motors. Say, for example, they'll be supplying vehicles. Varun Motors will supply vehicles, and they'll make collection from their sub dealers. So company will not intervene in day-to-day operations of sub dealers. So even FMCG, now the total business models are changing. So with COVID in place, lot of e-commerce sales picking up. So you can see there is lot of threat to the traditional distributors. So today, along with distributors, you are seeing lot of very big wholesalers. So sometimes you will be seeing a wholesale point which has greater stocks than the distributor. So who is working under the company as distributor. So again, what forced wholesaler to stock more products than distributor is, it is purely based on the sale which he is able to get from the market. Again, wholesaler, he has certain advantage, like if there is a distributor, he needs to reach outlet by outlet. But in case of wholesaler, so you can see outlet people will reach the wholesale point. So wholesaler doesn't incur any expenditure towards logistics. So again, margin made by wholesaler is greater than margin made by distributor. Third stage is maturity stage. So here in the maturity stage, when the product market becomes saturated, so here you can see household demand will get satisfied, and you will be seeing distribution channels in full swing trying to distribute the product. So here at maturity stage, the product is likely to face stiff competition from other players. So what will happen when you see stiff competition from other equivalent players? So you will be forced to decrease your price. So introduction stage, you will be saying product being sold at high price. At maturity stage, you will be seeing some modification is being made to the price because of heavy competition from other equivalent players. So here, since you are trying to decrease the price, you see sales of the product rises, but you will be seeing lower rate. So profit margin will decline due to competition. Since you are decreasing the price of the product, you are likely to see reduction in profits. So characteristics of maturity stage include sales increases at decreasing rate, normal promotional expenses. You will not spend much money, unlike introduction and growth stage. So you will be seeing some uniformity in prices. Sometimes because of stiff competition, you will be forced to lower the prices of the products which you sell in the market. So product modifications happen. So since you are at maturity stage, since you are selling more at lower return and lower profit margins, so here at this point of time, dealer support is very important, wherein you increase sales. So why you need to increase sales? Say if you are selling 1,000 units, so previously you were making, say for example, 2 rupees per unit as profit. So here you made 2,000. So you have decreased the price, and your profit has fallen down to 1 rupee 50 paise. So in order to make the same 2,000 rupees, you may have to sell somewhere around 1350 units. So 1350 is 15. So you will be making somewhere around 2,000 So you will be making somewhere around 2025 rupees. So that's why here, since you are trying to decrease profit margin, so you may be taking the support of a dealer in order to increase sales. So unless you increase 350 units, you will not be able to make equivalent margin equivalent profit as you were able to make with the 2 rupees profit. Next is decline stage. All of you know what is decline. Decline is decrease in sales. So here you will be seeing lot of competition, and you will be seeing changes in consumer behavior. You will be seeing decrease in sales, and when you see drop in sales, naturally your profits will fall down. And at this stage you will be forced to delete some product lines, or you will be forced to cut down promotional expenditure. So why? Because again you are not able to drive equivalent sale to that of introduction, growth stage, and maturity stage. So here whichever SKUs are not yielding the required sales, or you are not able to get the required profit, you will be trying to delete these SKUs over a period of time during decline stage. So characters of decline stage includes you will be seeing decrease in sales, decrease in prices. So since you are not at all getting sales, you will be forced to reduce promotional expenses or no promotional expenses, and suspension of production work. So since you are not getting sales, you may be changing the production schedule. So if you are running 2 shifts in a day or 3 shifts in a day, you try to reduce it to 1 shift a day. So since you are seeing a drop in sales, accordingly you will readjust your production plans. So coming to how product life cycle will help stylish products. So all of you know, within the market we'll be seeing products of different styles. So particularly in fashion, so you can see whatever style in case of apparel, design, fashion related style. So it keeps it starts and reaches peak stage. Again you will be seeing a drop in that particular specific style. So style is nothing but is nothing but how product is presented, and you can see styles come and go. So you can see for example, uh, if you see furniture, automobile, clothing, shoes, so the styles which were adopted in 90s, might you may be seeing you may be seeing these styles disappearing in 2000, and whatever styles which are famous in 2000, you will be seeing these styles getting disappeared in 2010, like that. So every 10-15 years you will be seeing a lot of changes happening relating to any product. So particularly furniture, automobile, you might have seen how styles relating to apparels, be it menswear, kids wear, all this. So you'll be seeing a lot of changes happening. So similarly, for example, mobile phone, the current style for mobile phone is touch screen. And do you think this style will last forever? Again, we may not be able to predict. So in days to come, you can see what will replace touch. Hello.
Sensors.
Sensors, and now we are talking about voice. So now you can see without touching the phone, you can operate through voice also. And again, you can see Google trying to, Google Assistant, Alexa, they are trying to capture voice in multiple languages. So you can see a voice button is there in every app nowadays. So be it music related apps or e-commerce related apps. So you'll be seeing voice option being inserted in the app. So even if it is not there as of now, you can see a lot of companies trying to insert voice related function in every Android app or iOS app. So here, whatever style of mobile phone which is in touch screen mode, so we cannot anticipate that this technology will retain forever. In days to come, you will be seeing new style coming up, and so here, whatever styles are there now, over a period of time, they try to disappear, and again you will be seeing new styles coming into place. So particularly for fashion product, you can see fashion refers to a currently accepted style in a specific field. So here, whatever trends which you see in fashion related, so they'll be having shorter life cycle. So if you just see menswear, if you go back, say a few years back, we were not seeing these many type of collars. So what are different type of collars which you see in apparel? Like you might be seeing the difference between casual wear and formal wear. You'll be seeing buttons stitched in different style. And similarly, we are talking about Chinese collar. So here, fashion tends to grow slowly, and you will be seeing popular for a while, and it will decline over a period of time. So here, when you can see the curve relating to fashion, style versus style. So it reaches peak and again it falls suddenly. So here, so whenever the style is picking up, you will be seeing product sales increases at a faster rate, and it reaches to the top position. It reaches to the top position here, and again with change in fashion, again you will be seeing these products getting into decline stage. So if this is introduction, growth, maturity, again you will be seeing the fashion getting into decline stage. So this you can observe particularly in case of ready-made garments. So wallets, bangles, shoes, these are the products which you continuously you'll be seeing a lot of upgradation in styles happening. So we were discussing what are fad products. So fad products are nothing but products which have shorter period acceptance. So you can see particularly fashion related segment, you can see so the products will reach to peak level and drastically they fall. So here you can see the curve here. So once the product is introduced, so you'll be seeing growth, maturity. Again, it falls down immediately. So a fad is nothing but a product that is around for a shorter period. So you can see some fashion exists for a shorter period. So this the product categories in which you observe these kind of fad products related examples include garments, caps, hairstyle, particularly you might have seen which lasts for a shorter span of time, music albums, films and other fashion products. So coming to understanding various features of product life cycle. So product life cycle is nothing but you can compare product life cycle with the human being. So here you can see every product starts from introduction, which is introduced in the market, and it passes through various stages, be it growth stage, maturity stage, and decline stage. So here so before the product completes whole cycle, it will be passing through all these introduction, growth stage, maturity, and decline stage. So again, you will be seeing profits. You will be seeing varying profits between introduction stage, growth stage, maturity stage, and decline stage. In decline stage, you will be seeing drastic drop in profits because you are trying to decrease the price of the product. So in case of maturity stage, since the sales are picking up, you will be seeing moderate profits. So in the growth stage, you will be seeing higher profits. So here, whenever products are passing through product life cycle, so we should be understanding that no two products have identical life cycle. So you can take any product. So each product will be having different kind of product life cycle. So if you take example of keypad mobile phones to that of touchpad mobile phones. So you will be seeing both the mobile phones undergoing. So now touch mobile phones, they are at what stage now? Are they at declining stage or maturity or growth stage or introduction stage?
Growth.
So they are in growth stage. So that's how you can see, if you see the statistics of touch screen mobile handsets. So you'll be seeing 30-40% growth happening within developing countries. So here this product is in growth stage, and over a period of time, maybe by 2030 or 2035, you will be seeing these products falling into decline stage. So here, when the product is undergoing, when it is passing through different stage, so here each product will be undergoing certain changes. So suppose if you take example of mobile phone. So what mobile phone is impacted by certain factors like technological advancement. So if you don't take your product in terms of upgrading technology, so your product is likely to fall into decline stage very fast. So these are the factors which affect products which are undergoing when it is passing through various stages. So the factors which affect when the product is passing through these stages is based on nature of product, technological advancement. So what kind of competitive pressures it is facing. So here it doesn't mean when we have understood the 4 stages of product life cycle, it doesn't mean every product has to undergo these 4 stages. You might have seen certain products failing at the initial stage itself. So failing during introduction stage itself, no acceptance in the market. So you don't see repeated purchase happening. You don't have distributors to take your product for distribution. So here sometimes product may fail at initial stage. So other may reach maturity stage after a long time. So it doesn't mean every product will reach from introduction to growth stage immediately. Some products will be in between these itself. So sometimes products will take short span of time to reach from introduction to growth, growth to maturity, and maturity decline. Some products may be taking lot of time to reach from introduction to growth and growth to maturity. So product life cycle will be providing us a framework for developing effective marketing strategies at different stages of product life cycle. So based on product life cycle stage, you will be taking various strategic decisions like when to increase the price of the product, when to decrease the price of the product. So when to spend more on sales promotion, when to advertise, and at what stage you need to create more awareness among consumers to buy your product. So all these strategic decisions are taken based on the framework of product life cycle. So coming to factors affecting PLC product life cycle. So these are the factors which affect product life cycle stages. So one is technological change, we have discussed. What is market acceptance? Rate of market acceptance. So market acceptance is customer willingness to buy your product. So sometimes even if you have made your product available using wider distribution network, so in spite of distributing the product well through wider distribution network, you spend a lot of money on promotional expenses. So in spite of that, you may not have market acceptance. So what might be the reasons for not having market acceptance? So in spite of spending more on promotional expenses, wider distribution network, so why you don't have market acceptance? There might be other reasons for not the product not getting accepted by the customers. So these can be relating to quality, or sometimes it is not value for money. All of you know what is value for money, no? What is value for money? Will you buy a keypad mobile for 6,500 now? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Will you buy keypad mobile phone for 6,500?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So value for money is, so if you have paid something, you should be able to derive some value out of the product which you have purchased. So here, there might be multiple reasons for not having market acceptance. So other factors which impact the product in various stages of product's life cycle is competitors entry. So many a times you can see we never anticipated, you can see many domestic companies were into manufacturing of Ayurvedic kind of products. And if you see which is the Ayurvedic Vico Vajradanti. So they were manufacturing Ayurvedic kind of toothpaste, and they were not having competition. So you can see multinational companies, whenever you see the product getting accepted at highest level, so you can see multinational companies will try to enter into that space also. So here, when you see multinational companies entering into that space, there are high chances of domestic companies losing their share in the market because of the aggressive strategies adopted by multinational companies in terms of price, in terms of spent on promotional expenses. All these factors will force domestic companies to lose market share. So other factors which impact product life cycle is economic and managerial forces. So again, you might have seen top management decisions play a key role in product success. So I've told you already that what went wrong in Nokia. So during that point of time, there were a lot of top management managerial issues. So that made Nokia not to launch Android phone, which is already manufactured within Nokia premises. Next is other factors which are affecting product life cycle is risk bearing capacity. And you can see again risk bearing capacity might be more in case of multinational companies. If you take example of a small scale industry, which they may not be able to bear high amount of risk. So you can see a small scale industry launching a product with they may not be financially capable enough to take into multiple market. So if they see that the product is getting failed at introduction stage, that may force them to wind up their business right during introduction stage itself. So the other important factor which affecting product life cycle is government policies. So you can see government policies. So when we are talking about union government to the top state government, so you can see different state governments might be taking various policies, so which will fetch product sales. So you can see if government gives lot of subsidy for agricultural equipment, so you will be seeing lot of offtake happening for agricultural equipment. So since they are getting subsidy, so if agriculture production is very high, so you will be seeing a lot of growth for economy, and uh, rural consumer disposable income is likely to increase because of good agricultural production in a particular season. So here government policies will also play an important role. Uh, and the improper policies by government again may affect product sales. So that's how it affects product life cycle. So we have understood the four stages of product life cycle. So along with product life cycle, so there are other factors which will impact sales relating to a particular product, which includes product modification. So why product modifications are required based on changing consumer tastes and preferences. So if you don't modify your product according to changing consumer tastes and preferences, so you will not be able to get the same. So it can be product modification again doesn't confine only to design of the product. So it includes everything right from packing of the product. So what kind of packing you are doing. So if you just take example of how restaurants used to pack fast food. So are we seeing any changes? Fast food packing by restaurant, quick service restaurants. So initially you might have seen newspapers were used to pack food products. So newspaper, banana leaves, or other kind of material was used. So from there, people have shifted to newspaper, and there is some other kind of paper which is used within the newspaper. From there, we have shifted to silver foil kind of boxes. And from there now, if you see very big restaurants, they are using closed packaging, silver kind of foil, which retains hardness for certain duration. So from there, now some of the restaurants are using plastic containers to pack this food. So we have seen a lot of changes happening the way products are packed. So even FMCG products, you might have seen a lot of changes happening in uh, uh, relating to modifications of the product, packaging of the product. So it has to change from time to time according to changing needs, tastes, and preferences of customers. Product modification, entry into new market. So you can see companies when they are able to when they have launched in a specific market, once they understood the A to Z of marketing aspect, be it acceptance from consumers, be it acceptance, how the product is distributed, and which all SKUs are moving fast, which all SKUs are moving slowly within the product line. So based on that, they will try to enter into new market, and promoting frequent use, whatever products you sell in the market. So you have to understand how frequently these products are used, and how frequently these products are replaced by consumers. So developing different usage. So you can see if there's a product which has multiple uses, so the same you should be able to communicate it to the customers at large about different usages of a particular product. And you can see from the same product, you'll also try to find out new uses of the existing product. And similarly, if you are with traditional mode of advertisements, now you can see what advertisement budget has increased from last 1 year onwards. So advertising budget, so if you have allocated say 15 crores towards print media, and 20 crores towards electronic media, and 10 crores towards digital media. So you can see from last March 2020, this 15 crores, almost 90% of it is shifted to, almost 13 crores is shifted to either electronic media or digital media, because with the lockdown situation. So during initial times, 20 April, May, June, you can see many of them have stopped getting newspapers to their homes, and lot of salespeople where many of the salespeople were laid off, and particularly print media companies have laid off many sales and other production related staff also during that particular phase of 6 months, April, from April onwards. So use of modern advertising and sales promotion techniques is very important. So if you don't adopt to changes, so again, why companies have shifted their advertisement budget from print media to electronic and digital media is, so you have to understand where consumers are spending their time. So when more of consumers are spending their time on digital and electronic media, so that's how companies have shifted their budgets from print media to electronic media. So coming to understanding how product life cycle is useful and how important it is. So it is useful for sales forecasting. So what is sales forecasting? How you forecast sales? Vinay Verma. How you forecast sales? Say suppose if a company has sold 20 crores worth product last year, say 2020. So you can forecast based on past sales. So you'll be taking past sales, and if industry is growing at 20%, so next year your target will be 24 crores. So there are various methods to forecast sales. So one is based on past sales method, sometimes executive judgment method. So top management will be judging how much sale they are likely to get in next year. So sometimes you will be taking feedback from market. So here, in order to fix targets within a company, you follow two methods. One is top-down method. So top management will fix, and it gets divided to the lowest level. Second is bottom up method. So you'll be getting a lot of market intelligence from the market, what sale is likely to happen in the next year. Based on that, you will be fixing up the target. So here sales forecasting is helpful in order is helpful to understand what sales, uh, how much sales you are likely to get in the next year. So here product lifecycle will also help as a predictive tool. So prediction here can be relating to market sales. So how much to spend at different stages when the product is entering into different stages, how much to spend. So all of you know predictive analytics. So predictive analytics is nothing but so based on the present numbers, you will be able to predict what will happen in time to come. Okay, thank you.